meditating through a vortex of fire. Contemplate.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your sis, Moon Magic, and I'm here for another Imbolc Blessings. Yesterday, I was on my story on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, at Moon Magic Flows, I was talking about Imbolc, the history behind Imbolc, and what Imbolc represents for me. What is Imbolc? Imbolc is a Gaelic holiday, pre-colonial Ireland, dedicated in celebrating the Goddess Brigid and marking the midway point between winter and spring. It was believed during the time that the Goddess Brigid would bless farmers, would bless your crops, your seeds that you were planting during this time that would then sprout in March. The Goddess Brigid is used for inspiration and was known as being a poetic muse and cultivating that inner fire that is necessary to be able to push through the harsh winter, knowing that the promise of spring is just around the corner. Now, the Goddess Brigid has many different things that she is known for, and Imbolc means many different things to other people. And I would love for you all to share, if you celebrate Imbolc or know about the Goddess Brigid, share below what those things mean for you. But here in this video, I'm going to talk about what those things mean to me personally. And I'm going to bring an intuitive message today that hit me while I was kind of walking around yesterday looking at the landscape here in Sacramento. So yesterday, I was walking around here in Sacramento at Old Sac, and about a week ago, we had a huge, crazy storm. Like, the trees out here look really jagged. You know, there's branches all over the ground. Actually, right outside my apartment complex, there was a car that got completely totaled. Like, it looks like it is totaled by a tree branch that just fell right on top of the car. So basically, you know, walking around, I'm looking at the trees. They look super barren. And you look at the trees, and it looks as if they have no life. You know, but as I'm looking at the trees, you know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in my head about how barren they look, and how I wonder in my head, how do these trees go from looking so barren, looking so dead, to becoming so full of life in just about a month, right? Maybe a month and a half, because spring is about March 20th, March 21st here in the States, in the Northern Hemisphere, right? So this is what I'm thinking to myself as I was walking around. And just as I was about to leave the river, just as I was about to leave this spot, I was walking to go back onto the trail, and a twig almost hit me in the eye. And I look at it, and what looked so barren and looked dead actually already had the first signs of life. You all can see that. And I was taken back. You can even see that it has a little bit of a green hue to this branch, right? I was taken back because just like our own life, right, our inner life, sometimes we can't see what is sprouting out. Sometimes it can feel like everything is dead, and it can feel like everything is barren, and it can feel like the winter is never going to end. The harsh conditions are never going to end. But just like I was looking at that tree thinking about how dead and barren it was, I had no idea that it actually was already budding with life. And I was walking around, I saw these bushes that also had the same thing. They looked super barren, but as you got closer, you saw they had these little seeds popping out. Super green and lush. And when I see these things, I think about how potent the energy is here, how much potential is here, how much vitality is here, how much focus this plant must have to be able to focus all of its energy just on the tips of its branches to sprout out this new life. How firm this is. So even if you are feeling like your own internal landscape, your life, your circumstance, your situation is very barren, is dead, is looks like it's never going to sprout into the spring, this was a reminder to me that there are actually buds already growing sometimes that we don't even notice, that we don't even know that are there. But they are there and they're growing. And it takes active work by the tree to be able to focus that energy, to support that life, to get it to spring, to get it to blossom, to get it to bloom. And the trees, I mean, a lot of times we don't think about what nature is doing. I mean, the trees do it so effortlessly, right? But if you're a tree, I imagine you have to focus so much of your energy on growing the new growth, intentional energy to bring into the spring. So that's what this video is about. The intuitive message that I have for you today is really about focusing your energy on your sprouts, on your spring, on your seeds. Because Imbolc is all about planting seeds during this time in the harsh winter, in harsh conditions, where there's no sign of life, or it seems like there's no sign of life, right? With the promise that spring is sure to follow. And with the promise that those seeds will sprout. With the cultivating that inner flame inside to be inspired, to be able to push through those harsh conditions and be able to cultivate your seeds. So this is an invitation to you during this time. If you are a journaler and you like to journal, this is a great time to write down, 3 bullet points. What are the things that you are releasing in your life? What did you learn during the harsh winter? 2020 ended. We went through a lot last year as 2020 unfolded. And what were the lessons, and even the emotions and things that you want to honor that you went through during the winter? You can write those things down on one side of the paper. And then maybe on the other side of the paper, write 2 to 3 things, 2 to 3 bullet points. It can be super simple and short, 1 word to a sentence to multiple paragraphs and pages. There is no limit. And write about the things that you intentionally want to plant during this time. For yourself as an individual, this can be personal goals in your career and personal intentions for your love relationships or friendships. Or it can be something that you want to cultivate in the world. More compassion, more forgiveness, more kindness, justice, understanding. It's really open to you and your own journey and what it is that you feel like you are going through right now. And as you write these things down, when you finish writing it, place it somewhere that you can see it. Place it on your wall in your room. Or if you have a journal, keep it in your journal. And then when spring comes around March 20th, March 21st, go ahead and take a look back at it if you're not actively looking at it every day. And there you can start to see the growth, the change, the difference. And some of the things that we're cultivating and working on take years. Those who have been following me for a while know that I have a large amount of journals. I have about 30 journals. I've been journaling and writing poetry and music and things like that since I was 2005, so since I was in 5th or 6th grade. I didn't journal consistently from that time period till now, but I did journal consistently ever since about 2013, 14. I especially got good at it around 2015, 2016. And I can see a huge difference in the times that I was journaling consistently, because sometimes we forget how much we grow, how much we change, because in the present moment, what we're going through seems so real, because it is real. It's what we're going through in the present moment, right? But then, a couple weeks passed and we totally forgot what we were going through 2 weeks ago, because now we're going through what we're going through at that present moment. You know what I mean? And so I love having the journals because I can look back at myself, Moon Magic from 2015, Moon Magic from 2012, Moon Magic from 2005 in 5th and 6th grade, this scared little girl in a abusive home who felt extremely powerless to be able to change the circumstances, and wrote in her journal just kind of sad stories wishing that she could escape her situation. And I can look at each of these journals and I can say, damn, that's what I was going through during this time. And the situation that I'm going through now, it puts it into perspective, right? Because I could be going through something really intense at the moment, but then I look back at that journal and I was like, whoa, you know, that version of me was going through a lot. And look at where we are today. Look at little by little how we were able to intentionally make differences in our life to shape the life and the world around me. And that's what it's all about. And here in 2021, we on the next level, fam. We are all about intentionally shaping our lives. Now that to me does not mean that you go over there projecting yourself onto other people and intentionally trying to control other people and what other people do. What this is about is intentionally shaping what you do and your choices and your commitments in your own life. Because I fundamentally believe that we are the only ones that we can control and that any change we want to see starts with us. And that is a hard thing to do. It is difficult. It takes years to change certain habits. It takes years to change certain parts of ourselves. But with hard work and determination, what the Goddess Brigid teaches us, what Imbolc teaches us, is that spring is sure to follow. So, whatever it is that you're cultivating in your life, whatever it is that you've experienced that feels like death and decay, or whether it is actual real death and decay, I hope that this video brings inspiration, just like the Goddess Brigid brings me inspiration, to cultivate the flame within you, to honor and hold space for that winter season, to honor and hold space for the parts of you who have fallen away, for the parts that have died and decayed, to release, to let go, and to set intentions and welcome in the seeds for new beginnings, for a new you, and for the spring, on an individual and collective level. Happy Imbolc to everybody out there. I hope that this message found you well. Let me know if it helped you below. Leave a comment. What does Imbolc mean to you? What does the Goddess Brigid mean to you? Did you find anything in this video helpful? What are your goals? What are your seeds? What are the things that you are releasing? If you feel called, share below. Also hit that like and subscribe button. If you found at least one thing helpful in this video, share the video at least to one person. It helps to get more views on this video, helps us to bust the algorithms, and also helps us to build our channel, which is one of my goals for 2021. Again, my name is Moon Magic. If you want to support me, check out my music. www.moonmagicflows.com is my official website where you can find links to all of my music. And until next time, have a wonderful day.
That I witnessed spread it to my family, but I'm starting with me. Question these ideologies, philosophies, monopolies, how we use technology. Back to the womb. Each month I shed that tomb. Rebirth, purification, creation, renew.